my viewers? Welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, what this video is about, Steelers versus Saints game preview. We're going to go over some positives and negatives of the Steelers, our Steelers, and the Saints. We're going to start off with the Saints first. The main thing that stick out to me for the Saints, one positive is their rushing attack. Alvin Kamara and Taysom Hill, they'll find a way to have those big-time plays, those big rushing plays down the field. Taysom Hill will be in different packages on the field. They have him at QB, they have him as a running back, they have him as a tight end. They line him up all over the field, so you got to make sure you watch out for that guy. They use him at like a different spots, different gadget guy, and he makes some big-time plays. And he's run like a 4-4 like that, and with the ability to throw the ball as well, kind of make it difficult. You don't know if to play, like some trickery. They hand it off to him. He got an opportunity to throw the ball. Sometimes in shotgun, sometimes the quarterback get a chance to run out for a pass as well. So you got to watch out for some of that stuff. And Kamara is an absolute beast. 5-time Pro Bowler. What's crazy about Kamara, though, he's never had 1,000 yards rushing in the season, which is kind of crazy. Probably because they use him in both ways. It's basically like having a good receiver and elite running back like that. Having both at the same time, because he can line up in the backfield, he can line up out wide, he can line up in the slot, he can do everything. Kamara's a guy who can do it all on the field like that. So you got to watch out for him. He's going to be a very tough task for us to try to stop and try to maintain and contain. But yeah, Alvin Kamara is an absolute beast, and that's probably one of the strongest suits. The rushing attack is the strongest suit of the Saints team. Another one is Chris Olave. Chris Olave, the young rising star. We talked about him on the channel before. I think like the pre-draft stuff. We had him. We had Jahan Dotson. I think some picking stuff here and there. And then Garrett Wilson. We had all these different guys. Rick London and stuff. We was talking about them and seeing who the Steelers can maybe draft and bring a receiver in. And Chris Olave, first class speed. He's one of those guys who has emerged as he's NFL ready. He played like a veteran a little bit. You see him on the field, you see the routes and the timing. Anybody can run routes and do some clean stuff, but you gotta know the timing of certain routes, like comeback routes. You don't want to beat the guy like that. You want to know the timing and then cut off so you can get him lost behind. And you see some dig routes, how he started up and he cut off and break. You just watch Chris Olave stuff. You're like, okay, he's playing like a veteran. He played like he's been in the league for 3 or 4 years. He's playing very he got a lot of experience. He's playing very confident, and he had first class speed, like I said before. And when you guarding him, you got to give him that 10 space cushion. And once the 10 space cushion is there, and the quarterback say hut, you can't stay in the back pedal too long. You got to go ahead and start running, because if you man up on him and you let him get behind you, or you let him cross your face, you're not catching him. He had that first class speed, and the way he's been playing too, he cribbed that. So you got to make sure you be on that. So that's another positive thing about the Saints. And of course, the Saints defense is another positive thing as well. The defense is pretty good, especially their secondary. Secondary, I think, is only allowing 5.8 yards attempt or something like that, around that range. So they actually doing pretty good in secondary and good in stopping some people. Lamar Jackson only had 130 yards last week against them. And that Bengals game, Joe Burrow had a pretty good game against them. But overall, you look at some of the games that people have played against them, they struggled. Tom Brady, when we were struggling against them a little bit. Of course, they came back in the end, but James Winston threw a lot of picks and kind of kept the Buccaneers in the game and stuff. But the Saints defense and their secondary has been their strong suit. And yeah, so we gotta make sure we find a way to get the ball moving, hopefully down the field. Now, some negatives about the Saints that I feel like our Steelers, can exploit is the up and down of that's basically the same thing we have, the up and down QB play. Of course, they have James Winston, who was the starter early on. He went down with an injury, but he didn't play too well, though, at first. And Dalton come in, play a little good, but he had some bad games here and there, missing throws. On some plays, like that Ravens game, he missed a throw. That could have maybe changed the landscape of the game a little bit. And some games, it was just some bad games that happened, but some good games, too. So kind of like a little mixture. Then they had Taysom Hill out there taking some snaps and throwing the ball. So he had a lot of different QBs in play and different questions around the QB position. And QB play be good sometimes it'd be bad. So that's a thing you maybe can exploit like that. And of course, the injuries. They missing Michael Thomas. They missing Jarvis Landry. They got some guys in there who are not really familiar with those type of spots they're putting them in. Chris Olave, he was supposed to be familiar with the spots, but he has been playing like a veteran. So he's been emerged as something very good, and it's a very good pickup, a very good signing, a draft pick by the Saints. But yeah, that's some negatives with the Saints. Not really too much. I thought the Saints, like I said last year, the Saints was a team with my dark horse pick. My dark horse pick, I said making a run, making it almost to the Super Bowl. I chose the Steelers and Saints in the Super Bowl. Yes, I know. You guys probably thinking in the comment section what? You chose the Steelers and Saints in the Super Bowl? I chose the Steelers and Saints in the Super Bowl from a fan perspective, and from a non-fan perspective, I said I chose the Buccaneers and the Bills at that. But yeah, I had the dark horse type of pick, the Steelers and the Saints. That's why the Saints are just one quarterback away. One guy away. They have the defense is nice. Their offense is cool and so like that. All these weapons they got, especially when the guys are fully healthy, it's just the quarterback position. The quarterback position is the only thing with the question around it. Once the Saints get that quarterback, I don't know if they probably draft one this year. And once they get that quarterback and they get the right guy, they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. They're gonna be a very good team. And I feel like our team is similar to that in standpoint as well. We got some more problems than they have, a lot more problems. But I feel like we can still be right there in that type of situation too. It's like I feel like we just one player or one piece of something away to getting back to like that level of the Steelers of old. Now moving on to the Steelers. The Steelers positives. Of course, it's the talent wise. You know, you have guys like George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Najee Harris, of course, Jalen Warren, Cam Hayward, Minka Fitzpatrick, and all the guys we got on the team like that. And signing William Jackson, the third, who's hopefully be the cornerback one. He's better at man-to-man than most of our cornerbacks on the team. Because Witherspoon kind of took a step back a little bit from what he did last year. Because last year we seen him playing man-to-man defense very good and very well. But this year we see him playing a little lackluster a little bit because he's getting beat a lot, especially deep. We seen him get beat on a touchdown. Jamar Chase, it was a deep ball, but it was like a clutch situation. He got beat in that week 1 game. Got beat by Amari Cooper a lot. He got beat by Nelson Aguilar. He got beat by A.J. Brown. We seen him get beat a lot this season. But hopefully he can turn it around and get that hamstring. But most of the plays happened before the hamstring injury too. But he get the hamstring injury now, make it even worse. So hopefully get that hamstring healed up and come back. Hopefully William Jackson, he taking the charge as the cornerback 1 and Khalil Witherspoon on cornerback 2 duties. Maybe take a little pressure off of him a little bit. But another thing, a positive too, is maybe T.J. Watt returning. T.J. Watt could possibly return. They're optimistic. They keep saying that about the T.J. Watt returning this season. So hopefully T.J. Watt, if he can return. Now, I said at first, I was saying that the Steelers are in contention. Like they're not in contention. They're like dead in the water. Then he shouldn't maybe return. Now, I know technically the Steelers are still in it. So there's 9 games left. If you win the rest of your 9 games, you're 11-6. So you'll still definitely have a good record. But I don't think we're gonna win the rest of our 9 games. But we can at least find a way, like I said before, on that midseason analysis. You can at least find a way to go, like maybe 7-2. Only afford to lose. You only can afford to lose 2 more games. 2 more games. Only can afford to lose 2 more games. You go 7-2, 9-8. And the way the AFC is shaping out, with a lot of teams losing, the Raiders have a losing record, the Broncos, and all the other teams got like some records and not the best. You might have a chance to get the 7th spot at 9-8. You probably could have a chance to get the 7th spot at 9-8. You never know what could happen. So like you can find a way to go 7-2 over that course. You probably have a chance like that. Hopefully we can go undefeated over that course. I hope that happens, but most likely that will not happen. But you got to take a game at a time, and we take a game at a time, try to get there again. But some negatives I like the Steelers is of course the discipline, of course the play calling and the execution of the plays. Some plays that we call, all the plays that are called not that bad. So most of them be bad most of the time because they don't be like in the they don't like situational type stuff. But some of the plays be like some plays that be solid. It's just we don't execute the plays right or properly. So hopefully we can get that figured out. And of course the QB mistakes. Kenny Pickett, a lot of turnovers. He had like 8 or 9 interceptions, and he got some with the fumble and stuff like that. So about I think he had 9 or 10 turnovers so far in those short spans. So hopefully he can get it together. He learned some stuff in that 1 week of bye week off, and like they can prepare him, and he's ready and more poised in the pocket and more knowing like being patient and knowing situational football. Because like on some plays you see like you kind of look at our team really. We could literally be sitting at least with 4 or 5 wins like that. Because it was some games that we kind of lost our own. The Jets game, we're up 20-10, blew the lead, a 10-point lead late in the game. The Patriots game, fumbling on the punt return, giving a touchdown, and then the interception, giving another and then the Nelson Aguilar play that he had down the field. Well, on the end of the half, they just threw a jump ball up, and you got Moss. You had the ball in both hands, and you just got snatched from you. So like those, like you take those away, and like the same instant they don't get those points, and the game stay where it was. We could have won those games. Could have won those games. Could have had those 2 extra wins. Could at least have 4 wins right now. Could at least be sitting at 4? That'd be 4-4, right? At least sitting at 4-4 at 500. You'd be like, okay, feel a little more comfortable, confident, and feel more comfortable about your record and stuff. But it's some games we just we went out there and lost the Dolphins game as well. If Kenny Pickett had more patience, more poise, I know it'll come with experience and he gonna learn some stuff. But you gotta know if me and the receiver now on the same page already this whole game, I haven't really been targeting. We've been targeting receiver. We've been on different pages, different routes and stuff. I'm not gonna try to force that ball down there. Let me just run and get out of bounds and let us go out, get a play call or something. But we went out there and he went out there and forced the pass over the I think the side or something like that, try to curve it in. Now if he threw the ball a little further, it might have been a touchdown like that. But the way the ball came off and the way he threw it like that, it just didn't go right. It was a little risky in that situation. But hopefully you learn from those mistakes and we just get better and we can play. And another negative about the Steelers too is we always start off slow and we always finish bad as well like that. We start off slow, have bad starts. Sometimes we always either down by 7 points or 10 points, or we have some turnovers early on, or late in the game we have a turnover or something that happened, or we'll blow a lead or something. So hopefully they can fix those problems, and they can fix that. We'll be a better team. Now, the keys to victory I feel like we can do to win this game is we stay half and half. Stay half and half with the play calling. Don't go lopsided with passing the ball fully. Almost every play, having Kenny Pickett pass the ball 40 times and stuff. Don't do all that. Just stay half and half with it. A balanced offense. We're going to run the ball, balance, and we're going to use both backs. We're going to use Jalen Warren. We're going to use Najee Harris at 50% rate for each player like that. So you get half the carries, you get half the carries. And Najee Harris is still not 100%. That Liz Frank injury, like I said, and that's something you can get over like easily. Travis Etienne missed the whole season last year for that injury, and Najee came back after the training camp. He had the little injury. He came back and said he's going to play and muscle through it. But you can tell that he's not the same Najee. But hopefully he healed up a little bit and he looks a little better, but he gotta go 50-50 now. Jalen Warren takes some 50 of the snaps. We need to run the ball at least. I want to see us run the ball 24 to 30 times like that, like design runs, like 24 to 30 design runs like that. Of course, Kenny Pickett can get the pocket and he'll run and get some yards here and there like that and slide and stuff. But I want to see some like 24 to 30 design runs to get the team like going and actually invest into the run. Don't call this a little like don't just call it a run just to say, oh, we can add a little run, get in the ball. Like just like be invested to run. You know, put that big personnel out there, don't tight ends out there, get everybody out there and like be committed to running the ball. Cause I've seen some teams with some bad offensive lines, but they still be committed to running the ball and still fighting. The Falcons offensive line is not the best offensive line in the world. And you watch the Falcons game, they still be committed to running the ball. They still committed to like getting pushed at the line of scrimmage. So we gotta be committed to running the ball and just try to like force the run like that. And of course, passing the ball on early downs is always a good sign. I feel like every time we pass the ball on early downs, it'd be a good sign for the offense, and the offense be moving instead of us being predictable with play calling and just mixing it up a little bit. But stay balanced with the offense. And of course, another thing is sacks. Sacks. We gotta get sacks. We gotta get home. It's a lot of opportunities I've seen the Steelers like. I know our pass rush hasn't been the same like TJ Watt, but there's some plays and like chances we've seen left on the field. Like we'll see guys get through and they have missed it. They have missed or like that. They get juked or something by a quarterback and missed. Like we gotta make the plays. We gotta make the sack. We gotta make the big time plays, the splash plays, because the offense needed, the team needed like that. We came in this season with the highest paid defense. We were expecting the defense to be the best of the best, to be up there, and we have played mediocre and sometimes below average. Sometimes we played very good week 1, but after that we really played mediocre defense. Play like average play of the defense. Hopefully they learn, they can get better, and they can play better like that. And one thing that actually been pretty good that they improved on is I think they're like middle of the pack now, stopping the run. Last year was like dead last, so being around middle of the pack, I'll take that based off the last year and the year before that rating. But hopefully we can do those things, and if you can do those things, you can come out there and get a win and go ahead and try to start stacking the wins and try to make it a run the rest of the year. But yeah, my prediction for the score, I believe the Steelers will win this game 20-17. I know you guys saying in the comment section probably saying the Steelers can't score. I think we're only averaging 15 points a game. But, you know, with the bye week, some guys healing up and coming back, them learning some stuff maybe over that time and, like, getting better and like that. And having preparation. You know, Steelers have preparation. They always come back pretty good after the bye week, especially at home. So hopefully we can come out to the bye week. We can win this game 20-17. Or hell, we can just win the game. I don't care if it's 3-0. Just win the game. Let's go out there and win the game. We need to win this game right here to get back on track and at least have a chance. At least keep our fire alive. Our fire is about to dim out. We lose this game, the fire is going to be pretty much dim. But we don't afford to lose 2 more games. You're going to have a chance for at least the 7th spot in the playoffs. Now, you go undefeated over that course, you'd be good. But I don't see us going undefeated because I haven't seen that type of energy from the team. I still got a little hope. I got a little hope, you know. I've seen crazier things happen in the NFL before, so I got a little hope for the team. But hopefully we can get it done. But that's all I got for this video today, guys. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.